So the one condition that every one of the 4 investors that Raine have finally selected needs to meet is in this video. I will talk about it in detail. It's a great one for Chelsea Football Club. But Raine are getting 30 million for what? What have you done to get 30 million? You've delayed the process, you've been tardy, and you've selected 2 owners that can't even buy the club. What? Welcome to the Kavkas View, and welcome to the international break Chelsea update. You already know, look, there's not a lot of news out there, but we need to keep you up to date. We need to give you all that you need to know. Finally, the shortlist is announced. We'll go through the shortlist, and there is one individual that was not being reported at all. One individual that was not being reported, and then Matt Law came out with a great statement. 2 of them aren't even eligible to buy the club apparently, based on fan reaction and FIFA regulation. Then we're going to start talking about that new individual that has purchased the club, the Boston Celtics owner. Listen, I'm a Boston Celtics fan, but I've got some reservations about this man. Then we're gonna at the end talk about Italy and Jorginho missing out on another World Cup. Madness. Let's get into it. But before we get started, I would like all of you to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments below what number like you were. So if you were number 65, put 65. And the target for today's video is 500. 500, as Chief Keef would say. But let's get on with this. So the Raine Group was entrusted by Roman Abramovich to fund the deal. And they're getting a whopping £30 million out of this. Yes, let that sink in. They get to narrow down the search from 30 down to 4. And then help narrow that down to 1, and all of a sudden they get 30 million. But Matt Law is spot on, right? Me and Matt Law don't agree on a lot of things, but Matt Law is absolutely bloody spot on here. How on earth are they eligible for 30 million when one of the people they shortlisted, the fan base is revolting against, we do not want the Ricketts family, and the other one can't be registered because of UEFA regulations? And I'll break this down for you. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, on what planet are they not shortlisting this from 30 people? And then there is a secret constraint that Chelsea have to meet. Chelsea asking any potential buyer, are you going to meet this? It's a very good one. So, as a quick summary, the 4 people that are going to be eligible to buy the club. Number 1, the Ricketts family. They did make the shortlist. After a lot of people arguing, a lot of people protesting, they are going to make it. Hashtags were trending, they made the list. Number 2, the Bowley Consortium, sponsored by Goldman Sachs and other wealthy individuals, the Swiss billionaire Weiss. He is involved. Then, number 3, Sir Martin Braithwaite, I think his name is. He is leading up with an individual that is former MPs and head of the athletics, a global entity being funded. Finally, this last one is Stefan Polika. I can't pronounce his name. We're going to call him Steven, or I think Steven. He's the Boston Celtics owner, basically. He is worrying me. Matt Law openly said, right? So the 2 people that don't want, number 1, we don't want the Ricketts family. Everyone knows this. I've said this before. I've made it clear. No to the Ricketts. Number 2, Steven owns Atalanta. He owns a majority share of Atalanta. He will not be able to fund Chelsea Football Club until he sells his majority ownership of Atalanta. This is against UEFA regulation law, and once again, Chelsea are messing up. This Raine team is very inexperienced in sales of this magnitude. I can tell already. Because how are they making fundamental mistakes like this on multiple occasions? How can you shortlist someone that's going to have to go sell shares somewhere else? The Sir Martin Braithwaite, they're going to have to go sell their shares in Crystal Palace. Like, this is ridiculous. This process is being dragged out longer than it needs to be. Roman Abramovich is pumping in £30 million to keep the company active. On what grounds is he meant to do that? Realistically speaking, why does he have to pump in 30 million when you already called his money blood money and you said he isn't worthy to hold the club, but yet he's worthy to be submitting another 30 million into the club? Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics owner taking over. So what do we know about him? We know he owns 2 sports entities. I know that for a fact. Number 1, Atalanta. What are Atalanta good at? Well, Atalanta have got Gasperini in charge. They play good style of football. They are very, in my opinion, courageous in the transfer market. They're not stupid, but they aren't afraid to spend money. And part of the reasons why they're very restricted in what they spend is because number 1, no TV deal like in Serie A, like in the Premier League. And number 2, financial fair play, bruh. Like, the clout that Chelsea have by being Chelsea Football Clubs enables them to get sponsorships that Atalanta can't. Enables them to generate revenue that Atalanta can't. So realistically speaking, Atalanta are restricted in what they can spend. I think last year they spent £65 million and invested into the team heavily. They are prone to become a Champions League team, and this is very good. Imagine if Atalanta can become a Champions League team with the minimal investment he's given there. What would he do to Chelsea, a team that already is able to generate funds to compete? When it comes to the Boston Celtics, well, he is a owner that like no other. If you're competitive, he will fund you to win. If you're competitive, he will invest, he will pay the luxury tax. Yes, that's a thing in the NBA. But if you're not, he will sell assets. And this is what worries me. Because the approach that he takes there, if we're not competing, we'll be selling assets. We'll be getting rid of draft picks, we'll be getting rid of players, just to match the books, break even. What are you going to do in football? Is it transferable? Is that model transferable? Is he going to hire people that have more knowledge than him to run the day-to-day teams of the club? And then the restrictions he's going to set on those people. These are questions that all need answers, and this is why I'm very wary about this individual, and I don't know how to feel. I want to hear your comments below. Let me know. The one condition that every single one of them is openly having to do is they have to set aside £1 billion contractually for either investment into the team, development of the stadium. And I think that is integral. I think this is the one thing that we need them to do. I need Stamford Bridge to be redeveloped because Chelsea are falling behind. Arsenal, new stadium. Man United, redeveloping Old Trafford. Liverpool, redeveloping Anfield. Man City, new stadium redeveloped. Tottenham, banging new stadium. West Ham, Olympic Stadium. All these entities are getting additional revenue, additional financing, and additional marketing by just having a better stadium. We are falling behind. We are 44,000, I think Stamford Bridge holds. Guess what? We can fill it with 60,000. We can make it more affordable. We can make it a better corporate and public experience. We can make our club be the powerhouse that they should be. And this is what Roman Abramovich, Marina Garaskava, and Bruce Buck, who's a waste man, I don't like him, are openly, in my opinion, trying to do. I really hope this works out. It's one of those situations. This is going to drag on, people. The rumors are that the 16th is when we might even get an answer. The Brentford game of Bowley can retake over by then. I have no idea what is going to happen. There is so much disruption on and off the pitch. I really hope it doesn't impact the players. I really do. And let's talk about the players. So as of this moment, the World Club qualifiers are on. And what's going on here? Well, Jorginho went away, and my girlfriend's Portuguese, right? So we've been talking in the house. She's gassed. She's like, listen, Portugal are gonna beat Italy. And I was like, yeah, you know what? They're most probably gonna qualify. Next thing you know, Macedonia beat Italy. North Macedonia, a small country, absolutely smash and grab that game. Italy had 34 shots, and the thing I want to talk about to bring it back to Chelsea is Jorginho. A lot of people are having a big go at Jorginho because there was a clip that went viral where Jorginho slipped and his pace was ridiculous. I think people are forgetting who Jorginho is and what Jorginho has done for all of us. Every single one of us. Think about it, right? Champions League winner, Europa League winner, Club World Cup winner, Super Cup winner, but gave us really good football to watch on a regular, consistent basis. Is he perfect? He really isn't. Is he terrible? No, he's not. Where is he? He's bang in the middle. I think he's a good player, good leader of the team, good vibes around the team, and I think he adds value to being in this team. Is he the solution for us to go win the league next year? I don't know. Actually, I'm starting to lean on no. But the problem is I don't think Jorginho is no longer a first choice option. I think he's a defensive midfielder who gets brought on when we need to get control of the ball or when we need to rotate the team. And he's so good that he does it to such a high degree of standard that people just don't understand. People want to just belittle him. And I think it's very bad when we go to a stage where good players are getting that sort of treatment. People, we need to be realistic. We need to be honest. So come on, back our players, back our boy. He's not going to the World Cup. He might be getting a good rest and coming back next year, around about December, into the January, we hit the Premier League hard and hopefully win the Premier League next year because we need to win the Premier League. It's getting to 5 years. It's too long. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Bye. So the one condition that every one of the 4 investors that Raine have finally selected needs to meet is in this video. I will talk about it in detail. It's a great one for Chelsea Football Club. But Raine are getting 30 million for what? What have you done to get 30 million? You've delayed the process, you've been tardy, and you've selected two owners that can't even buy the club. What?